What's up, it's covering Bang Gladiator gang. So we're gonna do official fuel economy test with 2020 Jeep Gladiator, and these are the BF Goodrich KM3 mud terrains on the Dirty Life DT1 satin gold. So these are the BF Goodrich KM3 mud terrains. These are 35 1250 R17s, which obviously means they're 35-inch tire, 12.5 inches wide. And one thing to keep in mind, these are mud terrain tires. They're not designed for fuel economy. However, these tires are incredibly quiet, incredibly good at performance, and of course, they're actually really quiet for a mud terrain tire. As you'll notice in the video, while I'm driving, they're super quiet. They're great tires. Just filled it up, just started the truck up, reset the trip odometer, taking off here now. I'm gonna go 55 miles an hour mostly, and 70 miles an hour. We're gonna do about 100-mile trips, close so we can get to 100. And I'm gonna take it easy. I do have the iDrive throttle controller in, but it is in factory mode. So it's like not active at all. It's not affecting anything on the truck whatsoever. And here we go. So we'll just start cruising along. And this is just real quick side note. Originally, when I made this video, I only planned on doing a 100-mile trip, going 45 miles an hour, 55 miles an hour, 70 miles an hour, with a little bit of stop and go, not much. But I ended up doing it 2 more times. Basically, I ended up doing like a 180-mile trip, roughly, and a little over a 200-mile trip. And that was almost 100% 70 miles an hour for those 2 separate trips, as you'll see in the video. Now, just to conclude real quick, the fuel economy is actually really impressive with the KM3 mud terrains from BF Goodrich. They did great with the 410 rear axle ratio. The truck did really well. I'm not gonna spill the beans. You gotta watch the whole thing to find out what the fuel economy was. Also, if you wanna enter our giveaways, we're doing giveaways with Alien Sunshades, Invictus Off-Road. We've got a whole bunch of them in the works that we're gonna be doing soon. Couple other side notes I didn't mention. I do have the auto stop or electronic start stop off right there. And if you don't know, the Taser actually keeps it disabled. So when I get in the truck, it's automatically disabled. I don't have to hit the button each time. Waze app says I'm going 55. And if you look on my dash here, says I'm going 55. So 55, 55. The reason that's important is because obviously if the tires are not calibrated properly, then you're gonna have some issues with your speeds and your miles per gallon being accurate, but they're both right on the money. So again, I'm gonna go 55. There's gonna be a little bit of stop and go, not a lot. And then we're gonna do some 70 and then 55 again, 100-mile trip. So anyway, we'll just keep cruising along here. As far as fuel economy goes, this is a real test. Real weather conditions, real driving conditions. You know, it's like below freezing out. Regular fuel, what the truck's recommended to use. Also, the Taser, if you've noticed, it keeps off the electronic stop and start. It lets me calibrate my tires to the size that I need. It actually let me disable my tire pressure monitor sensors. I don't have any in the Dirty Life wheels. I kept them in the stock wheels and tires because those are still mounted and balanced. So we can do this exact same test with the stock 33 all-terrain tires. Now this is a Rubicon. It does have the 410 rear axle. And you know, the truck has a lot of slush and frozen stuff on it. The temperatures are, you know, not ideal. There's only a 2-mile-an-hour wind. But just some things to notate. This is just a real life winter fuel economy test with 35-inch mud terrain tires. I'm not an expert on this. If there's something you think I should do differently, or I did wrong, let me know. I'm going to be doing these exact same tests with the 37-inch KM3 mud terrains from BF Goodrich. Of course, I'll be doing it on the 33-inch all-terrains, the Falcon Wild Peaks, and then I'll also do it in the 39-inch BFGs and probably the 42s, just to show you real life testing, what you can expect. So what's interesting is going 70 miles an hour, I've been going 70 for a few minutes now, and not really a lot of wind, but it will not kick into 8th gear. It feels a little windy, but according to AccuWeather, it's not windy at all. That is really bizarre. I mean, you just have the slightest amount of resistance, and 8th gear won't kick in. I mean, I don't know, maybe if it's still colder weather. I don't think it'd affect it that much. I don't really know that much about 8-speed transmissions. But look at that. I'm just gonna hold it on here and show you. Now I'm gonna show you AccuWeather's wind speeds to see if that still says about 2 miles an hour. That's what it said the entire time. It's completely flat ground. I mean, there's no elevation or anything. So this is pretty interesting. So if I flip it to 69 miles an hour, it instantly went into 8th gear, and I'm getting another 1 to 2 miles per gallon. I'll show you here. 15. If you look in the top right, it'll show you the current. Kick it up to 70. Of course, it'll drop to 7th, and then it will not flip back to 8th. As soon as I passed the semi earlier, instantly went to 8th gear. It's crazy. The smallest amount of wind makes a huge difference.
In 2 miles, take exit 257 towards St. Clair.
Okay, so did a little quick loop down a back road real fast to get to, basically so that when we pull into the gas station, we'll be at 100 miles. As you can see, it's just over 2 hours, 16.7 miles per gallon according to this, which I don't know how accurate that is. It'll be interesting to do the math on it. So gas station's right up here over the overpass, just hit 100 miles. So should be easy to do the math, figure out what kind of gas mileage we got. Yeah, that 7th gear thing, I never really pay attention before that. So anyway, the gas station's right there. We're pulling in, fill up, and then we'll figure out what we came up with. Now, one of the main things you got to keep in mind with Love's gas stations, in the warmer weather, they have cowboy hats during the warmer season. Right now they don't have them, so keep that in mind. You get yourself a plastic white Marlboro Man cowboy hat. So 100.4 miles, 2 hours and exactly 5 minutes. Okay, so we're at a obviously totally different gas station, but I'm gonna hurry up, fill up here. We'll do one past One past the pump, click. And we'll see how much fuel it takes. 100 miles. Truck is absolutely trashed. Get a receipt so you guys can see. Guess it helps if I pick my fuel. So any guesses as to how much it's gonna take? Let me know in the comments what your guess is. $2.59 a gallon. How much is gas where you're at? So we'll let that bad boy fill up. So supposedly it took 5.8 gallons. We're gonna do one click past. All right, so 5.941 gallons. All right, get my receipt. So 6 gallons almost to go 100 miles. I am not good at math at all. That's why I'm a recovering banker. So anyway, we will figure it out and go from there. Here's a receipt. Okay, so 16 miles per gallon, 209 mile trip. I did this video last night and it was 8 minutes altogether and it did not record. The total was almost 203 miles, I want to say, and still said 16 miles per gallon, and it was just over 3 hours because the truck was just remote started for a little bit and then I had to drive home from the gas station. So it's really a bummer. Literally 8 minutes that was not recorded. Bottom line is I did the manual calculation and it was just a hair shy of 16 miles per gallon, like 15.9 something. Which at 70 miles an hour for almost a 200 mile total trip, besides a little bit of 65 because of the bad roads, that's incredible. You know, below freezing temps, you know, just incredible. 35-inch mud train tires. Anyway, so I'm pulling up the same exact pump and I will fill up. I'll do one click past and we'll see how it goes. So what's your guess? I'm guessing, oh, too late. So 11.954, do one click past. All right, so 12.119 gallons. 12.12. Okay, so I just did the manual calculation, 183.4 miles divided by 12.12 gallons, and it was almost 15.2 miles. It was 15.1 something. So yeah, I mean, it's right on the money. Okay, so conclusion of the fuel economy testing. For one thing, I'm surprised how accurate the Gladiator was with its computer calculation. Wasn't very far off in any of the tests. The other thing is, like I said in the beginning of the video, the fuel economy is pretty darn good. 16.92 miles per gallon with the mixed speeds test, right over 100 miles, the 55, 45, and the 70 mile an hour test. And then on the two other tests where I was going mostly 70 miles an hour, the one was 15.2 and one was 15.9, almost 16 miles per gallon. So around average of the three is going to be pretty close to 16 miles per gallon. Because on the low end it was 15.2, on the high end it was almost 17. So around 16 miles per gallon is not bad. Obviously a lot of people are going to decide what size tires they go with based on fuel economy, because some people drive a lot. I drive a ton, but it's not for work. It's strictly for Gladiator gang content. Going to different shops, trying to do different footage, fuel economy tests, whatever. Anyway, thanks for watching. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Also, don't forget to enter the giveaways. Text Jeep to 484848 and have an awesome day. And let me know what you think, what you want to see in the next video.